Hey YouTube, it's me guys, Zevidar here. How are you guys doing today? Today we have this great dual commentary with myself and JewishCommentator. Say hello.
Hello everyone, my name is JewishCommentator and apparently I am a Jewish commentator, so surprise surprise.
Jin. I am also a commentator who's Jewish, so I can relate.
Yep, that's always good to hear.
It is. So, you are in Israel, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep.
That's really cool. I'm in the US of A. But nonetheless, I am still Jewish, and you are still Jewish in Israel in the Holy Land.
Yeah, you can call it however you want.
So, how is Israel?
Do you want the truth or do you want, like, commentary style truth? Okay, let me just say both, okay?
Go for it.
Israel is a lot different than America, and I guess I'm more suited for America, you know, more polite people, nice people, gentle people. In Israel, you don't get that, you know, feeling that, say you get in trouble or say you get lost, somebody's gonna come and help you. In Israel, it just feels like you're on your own, and I guess it's just different, and some people like it, I specifically don't, but I guess that's just my opinion and what I feel. But Israel is nice.
That's really cool, yeah. I have unfortunately not been to Israel, but I've seen many movies, I've read many books about it, you know, travel guides. A lot of my friends, I go to a Jewish private school, day school, and a lot of my friends, a boatload of my friends have been to Israel, they have family in Israel, and they just tell me the best things about Israel. So this is sort of coming as a shock to me, but at the same time, you know, I can expect from a pure Israeli, you know. But you've also been in the States, right?
Yeah, I did live in the States or in America for 4 years, which I guess kind of explains this weird accent that I have. But it's not too bad. You should hear my mom and dad. They sound like the Zohan if you watch that movie.
Adam Sandler is the best. Fellow Jew right there. But in Hebrew school, I hear many different accents because our teachers come straight from Israel. And if you guys don't know, Hebrew school is where we go after school twice or 3 times a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays from different ages, and then just Mondays and Wednesdays and Sundays for different ages. But basically, you learn about the Torah, which is like our Bible, I guess, if you will, and Hebrew, like the language, and other Jewish stuff. Do you have Hebrew school over in Israel?
Actually, Hebrew school is part of the, I guess, learning program or of the school program, so we're required to take this. I think it's 3 hours a week, but I'm considered an immigrant in my own country, because if you move, or if you just don't go to school in Israel for 4 years, you're considered like an immigrant, so you don't need to take all that, so I guess I'm pretty lucky.
There you go. I go to a Jewish private school, and we have to learn the same thing. I'm actually a junior, so I'm actually third year of Hebrew, and we still have to learn about the Torah, and we also have to learn about different rabbis. If you guys don't know, rabbis like lead the prayers. So, man, in Christianity, that is
like a priest.
Yeah, exactly like a priest, man. You cannot be more spot on. They lead the services, whether it's for us on Saturdays or for the Christians on Sundays. It's all good.
Yeah. So they actually they're actually pretty cool once you get to know them. I had this one, I guess, rabbi or priest, call it whatever you want, and he did my bar mitzvah, and then like half a year later, he moved to back to London. By the way, bar mitzvah is this ceremony that we do when we were 13. So not like a sweet 16, but more like a sweet 13. And it has some more religious stuff in it, but we're not gonna get into that. So anyways, he moved to London, and he said he's gonna miss everyone. And I guess it was pretty hard to see him leave, because he did like pretty much the biggest part of my life, which is doing that bar mitzvah thing. Biggest event.
That's really cool. I mean, I don't know about over there. I believe that, you know, the same kind of rabbis exist, but over here, I mean, my temple has a rabbi, and he's really good at basketball. He's, you know, a young kind of guy. He's not like the stereotypical, like, big bearded black hat wearer, you know. Kind of large, if you will.
Wow, what a
My rabbi's really cool, and yeah, although I do know a really nice rabbi, and he also has a big beard and a lot of hair and black hat. He's a really nice guy.
Where do you live? Like, what state do you live in?
I live in Massachusetts, Boston, actually, and the rabbis around here, I have nothing to complain about. Actually, a couple of my teachers are actually considered, quote-unquote rabbis, because rabbis are teachers. Like, rabbi means teacher. Yeah, and so my school has a lot of rabbis, but there's a lot of teachers that want to be referred to as rabbi blank, which I think is really cool, because coming from a public school, like, I've never heard of that. Like, I've never heard of calling someone outside of Temple rabbi.
Yeah, where I used to live, which was New Jersey, by the way, that is pretty close to New York or Brooklyn. So, well, I said that pretty weird, Brooklyn. So we have a lot of very religious and, a lot of rabbis, a little bit more harsh, so they don't play basketball, sad face. But we did have that one cool rabbi, and he left.
Yeah, there is always one really cool rabbi in a town. That's what I've come to realize.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of true from personal experience.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, every rabbi I've had, or the rabbis that have gone through my temple, they've been either old or, most of them have been old. They're really nice guys, don't get me wrong. I love them to death, but I'm just noting that they're old. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm not, But I mean, my rabbi right now is really cool. He's really into sports, like football. He's really into baseball.
Baseball is a very Jewish sport.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, it doesn't seem like it, but there's a lot of Jewish baseball players out there. Sandy Koufax, one of the best pitchers to ever play.
By the way, still talking about rabbis, here in Israel, they like to drink a lot, because drinking is, I guess, part of Jewish religion. And the rabbis here in Israel drink pretty much like an alcoholic, so that's always good to know.
Now, you mentioned before we recorded that Israel actually has, like, grape juice and wine made from real grapes.
Yes, we actually have actual grapes that are smashed, and they're put into bottles, and I just drank one of them. They're really good.
That's insane. Like, this part of, like, the grape skin, like, like a part of the grape, like, is that actually in the drink?
No, they use that. They use that part for, like, think alcohol. So they just leave us the very, very liquidish. I'm not really sure what that is. I'm just like spinning the bottle, looking at some parts that are in it. It looks pretty funny. You should see me right now.
the liquid scrappings. So you made it seem like. Wow. Yeah, and in Hebrew today, actually, I won bingo, and so I actually got a snack from Israel. It was called a bongo. Bango? Bongo? It was like peanut, like, it was almost like peanut butter.
Baba.
Yeah. It's like peanut butter, kind of like Cheetos. Yeah, I had those today. They were really good.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, anyway, so I'm actually having a foreign exchange program with the school in Israel and all that, in Tel Aviv, actually in Haifa, my bad, Haifa. And so I'm actually have a kid from Israel stay with me for a week. And it should be very interesting. I've gotten to talk to him over, social media these days, Facebook and, only Facebook. But, yeah, he seems like a really cool guy, and his English is not the best, but, what are you going to do?
Tape the refrigerator.
He's going to help me with my Hebrew. I'm going to help him with his English. You know how it is. Now, how well can you speak Hebrew?
Well, it's really hard to say, because I've moved to America in those crucial parts where you learn languages, or maybe crucial years. So my Hebrew is, like, speaking is just as good as my English, but reading and writing, I'm better in English than in Hebrew, so it's pretty sad.
Oh, so we give a chat right now in Hebrew, like, Shalom, Mashlemcha, and then...
Yeah, I could reply to you. Which would feel weird, because...
Yeah.
I don't know, switching from language to language.
I know what you mean. I can't do that right now. Oh, man. Hebrew's a great language, though. It's really cool. My past trip to Paris, I actually went to the Jewish part of Paris, and they had a falafel place, and they had you order in, like, Hebrew and like the Hebrew wasn't perfect on the menus because it was like part French and part Hebrew.
French brew? Or he French?
That works too. Hench. There you go. That took a while. So, would you want to move back to the States if you were given the option?
Maybe after I go through the army. Right now I'm 14, which is pretty young, but you get enlisted in like 3.5 years. And you gotta go to the army, do like 2-3 years, and then you're free. Well, not really. You have like college if you want to go there, or start working. So you're never free.
That sounds cool, man. That sounds cool. Yeah, that is very cool. But anyway, unfortunately, this dual commentary is coming to a close. I gotta thank you very much for joining me, Jewish Commentator. And, oh yeah, all the people that were watching on my channel, make sure to check out his. And
everyone that's watching on mine, go check out Zevadar's, because actually his name sounds a lot like mine. My name is Ziv, and his name is Zev. That's pro.
Zevadar is my Hebrew name. My real name is Will, but hey, why not? Alright, anyway, Zevadar out.
Yeah, you're gonna upload it.